And so, yeah. But I actually went without my Air Force, and I had a few awards afterwards. So, like for me, I have to get 3 awards to change these. That's just my rule. So that's why the ultra fins are fine for us senior members who don't get a lot of ribbons. You know, especially once you get to level 5 or anything like that. But for you cadets, it's not gonna make a lot of sense, right? But
even though you change them less now,
well,
but you still change a lot.
Again, that's one of those reasons for short stack.
That's why I never see cadets who go to the.
Yeah. Actually,
Plus
I have seen cadets with ultra fins. They're usually cadet colonels.
But you're not really changing ribbons.
Right. All right. Well, gentlemen, congratulations.
I have a question.
Yes.
Am I higher ranking than one of the Willis's, or the same rank? I mean,
You are the same rank as Elizabeth.
which one's that?
Which one's that?
Which one is that?
She's the bigger one, but the younger one. The bigger one is younger. The smaller one is older.
Really?
Yes, by 1 minute.
Oh.
So, but Evelyn is a first lieutenant, and she's almost done with her ghost. So once she's done with that, she'll take her Earhart, and then she'll be a captain. Elizabeth just completed her ghost. So,
I've heard that a lot of people use different words for that. Ghost, shadow,
yeah.
clone. I've heard that.
It's all the same. Achievement 9. That's all you have to say. It used to be, though, there was a significant difference between 9 and 10. I don't know if you guys know this history. And it's not that old, because it was with me. If I had earned my Mitchell, I would have been in this position. You know what it is?
Not another cryptic.
Are you going to tell us to search for it?
No, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you because you'd have to actually go look up 20-year-old regs. After you got your Mitchell, you didn't get second lieutenant. You became a flight officer. You got the PIP, you got the officer gear, but the PIP was gold. So
That seems cool. That seems cool. Really
well,
cool.
just like second lieutenants and first lieutenants, right? But that was the thing. Flight officer was great. And Achievement 9, what is the title of Achievement 9? Flight commander. So until you had been trained on how to be a flight commander, you could not be a lieutenant. Now you get to be a lieutenant and then learn how to be a flight commander.
I wonder why they didn't just carry over the gold pips for second lieutenant.
Just like because the cadet rank indicators have significant meaning, but they're all the same color because they were typically just one color. If you look at everywhere else. Civil Air Patrol was weird by coming out with this gold one. It's just an oddball. But all the rest of the organizations that use these devices as cadet indicators, one PIP is always the 01, 02, 03. Now, why does it change between 03 and 04, between captain and major? Why does it go from PIP to diamond?
Because if you put another PIP on there, it would go off your uniform?
No, as a matter of fact, the Naval Academy does bars, and there are people with 6 bars just stacked up. Boom, 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 boom. Looks crazy to us, but it's normal to them. Navy ROTC, junior ROTC does the same thing. No, there is a huge difference between a captain and a major. So if you look at Captain Cooney,
It's the company grade versus field grade.
perfect. That's exactly it. Field grade officers are round, company grade are diamond. Right? What changes on the senior uniform between those?
Oakley.
Well, yes, the Oak Leaf, but that's majors are company grade as well,
Wait, what?
or field grade. So sorry, company grade. I sometimes get that. Field grade officers are major, lieutenant colonel, and colonel. Right? Company grade are second lieutenant, first lieutenant, captain. Right? But there are some telltale differences on our uniform. Number one, it's not just a grade indicator. But
All I
what's
know
at
is
the
for
end?
Class A's, you probably,
What's
or
at
at
the
least,
end of my storyline?
well, you got a
Well, it's
silver
not on
line.
her uniform.
That's not on her.
You got a silver line.
Right. Number one. The silver braid here on the end. Field grade officers have it. Company grade do not. You know what else? Please.
That's also for cadets.
No, cadets cannot wear this.
Are you pointing to the clouds?
I'm pointing to the clowns. No.
Okay.
I know there are some people that say that no, it is not authorized. As a matter of fact, 39-1 specifically says field grade covers only for cadets. So it's in the letter of regulation. But
But they're talking about the bus driver cap for cadets.
right, yeah, you can wear the hat. It's the lightning bolts and clouds that tell the difference because it would just be leather. Right? For us, is bully. Now for generals, they get this bar down here gets twice as thick, and they get one up here.
Also
And-
twice as thick?
No, it's just as thick as this one, right? And they get a third cloud on each side. So there's even more in it. Now, the Air Force, the Chief of Staff of the Air Force, so the highest officer, highest 4-star officer in the Air Force, he actually has lightning bolts and clouds all the way around.
Fancy.
Yeah, very fancy, right? So you can look at the cover, and if you see this, you know they're a major or above, right? The way that it works for cadets is it goes from hip to top. Pretty cool.
I see.
I kind of do wish they did bring back gold before development. Kind of.
That would be pretty cool to just go from one gold pip to 2 silver pips.
Because if
for
you
first
think about it,
lieutenant.
if you think
That
about
would
the ranks in the actual gold, silver.
You know the history of that?
It's got something to do with silver being like the achievement of man.
Nope,
No?
absolutely not.
I think you're thinking too hard.
Comes down to horses. Yes,
Horses.
I said horses.
How does that have to do with it?
All right.
It's like-
So, back in the early 1800s, the Army had the cavalry and everybody else. The cavalry decided that all of their officers were going to have gold insignia. So their lieutenant, there was third, second, and first lieutenant. There was a third lieutenant, they didn't wear anything. But all of them were just a lieutenant bar, and it was gold. Their captain's bars were 2 gold bars. There was no lieutenant colonel. There was only major and colonel. Then, in 1842, the rank of major was brought over, and it was decided to standardize the rank across all of the Army. So now, they got rid of third lieutenant completely, just didn't exist anymore. And to differentiate between second and first lieutenant, they had the cavalry insignia, the second lieutenant, and the regular Army's insignia for the first lieutenant. Didn't need to change anything for captain, and then in making major, they used the cavalry, or to make lieutenant colonel, they had the cavalry major and the as major, and then the regular Army's major was the lieutenant colonel.
You're getting educated.
So,
Yeah.
that is some really weird history, but don't let anybody tell you, oh, well, silver is actually worth more than gold at one time. Nope. It was strictly because of the United States Army's cavalry decided to be different. And if you look at them today, they still have people who wear gold insignias. Yep. Because if you've never met a cavalryman, they're their own people. All right.